going to sleep, waking up, and found out that I'd made money whilst I sleep. Welcome back, brothers. It's been a minute. I thought I would give myself some time off for some videos over the Christmas period, but I'm back with another video in regards to how to create repeating income online. Now, I wanted to make this video very transparent as it's come to the end of the year, and with all that new year, new you kind of bullshit, that age-old mantra, I wanted to give you a little bit of insight into how you can start to cultivate repeating online income with very little effort on your part. So I'm gonna put up my kind of online earnings from Gumroad on the side here on either side of the video, which is just under 17,000 for the year, and I actually didn't start making money to around serious money online to around, let's say, July. So that's about half a year's worth of income online on my part. Now, the first thing to acknowledge when we're looking to cultivate online income is having assets in order to sell. So the best way to do it with very little effort on your part and start to manifest, let's say, passive income. I do hate that word because it's actually difficult to, let's say, ascertain what is passive. There is a slight active component on my part to make it passive, but the idea here is you want to create a product that you can make once and sell an infinite amount of times. That's the true essence of passive income in my eyes. And the easiest way you can do that is with electronic products. So electronic products, digital products such as ebooks, such as audiobooks, such as it could be courses, lectures, MP3 files, or anything that has a digital presence that can be sold multiple amount of times. So like files, PDFs, things like that. So that's how you're going to start to I'd say that's the easiest way to start looking at how you can start to cultivate an income online. And you all, if you're watching me through the screen now, have the means to do that right now. If you have access to the internet, you'll have access to something like Google Docs. So Google Docs is a free, similar to Word, program which will allow you to type up something like an ebook. And then you just need access to something like Gumroad, which is a third-party source that allows you to put those products available for sale. Choose a price, but the third thing you're going to need also is a audience to sell to. Now, those of you who are familiar with me on Twitter will know that I cannot speak highly enough of Twitter as a platform, as a means to make an audience. I haven't had to spend a cent on marketing because of my reach on Twitter. So maybe I'll put up again how much my tweets kind of reach each month. So I think it's just under 5 million impressions I get. So you can imagine if I'm reaching nearly 5 million people, what percentage of that audience is going to perhaps like what I tweet, follow me, and then what percentage of those followers are then going to be invested to the point that they are willing to part with their hard-earned cash to invest in a product or invest in a service. So part of that income has primarily been distributed evenly through a series of products. By far my best-selling product has been my Sexual Energy Mastery course. Close second would, not actually a close second, Sexual Energy Mastery has taken on a life on its own, to be perfectly honest, with many, many downloads. But also digital real estate. Digital real estate, I think, would be an intelligent purchase if you're actually looking to go the way I did. Digital real estate is really a documentation of how I started from 0 followers on Twitter, starting to build a social influence, starting to put the right product in front of that audience, and then again, how managing to monetize that. So this is really an insight into I suppose the position that you find myself in now. But what's integral to note at this time is, look, under £17,000, isn't a huge amount of money, but it isn't a small amount of money, especially if it's online prior to. And again, I still have other other working opportunities other than my online businesses. So if you're looking at some of the, let's say, more prominent social influencers like Ali Abdal or any of those people in the similar sphere and want to start making huge amounts of money online, I'm talking six figures, this is the path that they are beginning to follow. This is the model they're beginning to follow. It's again, how can you cultivate digital assets, digital real estate, as per my course, and start to create assets that you can build once and sell an infinite amount of times. This is one of the key lessons I took from Naval, who's this very profound thinker, is nobody ever gets rich by renting their time. You have to have an asset that you can sell multiple times while you sleep. One of the most it still feels surreal to me, but fantastic experiences I got this year was going to sleep, waking up, and found out that I'd made money whilst I sleep. So that's how you begin to create real wealth. Real wealth creation is a 24-hour, 4 weeks in a month, 365 days a year process. It's not, okay, this is where my work starts and ends. It's no, whilst I'm eating dinner, whilst I'm sleeping, my assets are continually working for me. And the internet has to be something that you're leveraging. If you have social media accounts like Instagram, like Twitter, definitely Twitter, but YouTube as well, and if you're not seeing the monetization opportunity there, you're doing yourself a real disservice. You're leaving so much money on the table. It's honestly absurd. And it just takes a little bit of self-belief, and don't be insecure in yourself. If you think you're insecure in yourself, I mean, the whole world is insecure in themselves, and you just have to have that vision in mind of what you would like to see come to fruition, and start taking the pragmatic steps in order to make that potential reality manifest in front of you. So if there's any piece of advice or actionable pieces of advice I would give you prior to the end of this video, it's get a Twitter account and start cultivating a following by talking about the things that you like to talk about, or trying to hone in on a particular problem that people have. And if you can do that consistently for 6 months, you might have 10,000 people in front of you, and you just need to put the right product in place, and then money starts rolling into your bank account. Gentlemen, I hope this was an enlightening video. I've got some really interesting stuff planned for 2022. I'm not going away by any means. We're just getting started, and I hope some of you take action on this video, because come a year from now, this channel, my Twitter, is going to gain a lot of momentum, and I want you here along for the ride, because it's been a crazy one. If you thought this year was a crazy one, next year is going to be wild. So if you subscribe to anything of which I've said, then you can subscribe to me, and I'll talk to you again very, very soon, brothers. Take care.